Alright, what is up, guys? Breaking news. We have a good video to touch on for the K-Rod show for boxing. Alright, here we go. Give me 1 second. Sorry. Display. Wait, where's the display capture? Sorry. I apologize, guys. I'm just trying to get the display. Alright, here we go. Alright, so I'm going to post this down below the description. But unfortunately, Devin Haney has, I guess, backed out. Or he didn't back out, but he couldn't get a deal with Gary Russell for a November 7th fight date. So he is now officially fighting Gamboa for November 7th as his next fight for DAZN. I'm gonna just probably touch a little bit on this article. Alright, so WBC lightweight champion Devin Haney and Gamboa reportedly have a deal done for them to fight on November 7th on DAZN. Gamboa's manager Jesse Rodriguez revealed the news of the fight, with Haney 24-0 15 KO being agreed on and ready to go to contracts. Featherweight Gary Russell Jr. has been in talks with Haney and his father, Bill Haney, for a fight in November, but supposedly the fans weren't in favor of the fight due to Gary needing to come up 2 weight classes to challenge. Like, that doesn't make any damn sense, but okay. The fans aren't exactly in favor of Haney fighting the 38-year-old Gamboa, 33 and 18 KOs, either, as they see the Cuban fighter as old, and they don't like the fact that he's coming off an Achilles injury and a knockout loss to Gervonta Tank Davis. Alright, so I guess I'm just going to stop there. I'm just going to basically say this is all fucked up on Gary's end. Gary basically screwed up Devin Haney. I think honestly, this is a decent fight, to say the least. I mean, obviously, if Gamboa was 24 years old, I'm pretty sure Gamboa would give Devin Haney a really tough fight. But this isn't, 2000. This is 2020. As much as I love Gamboa, Gamboa is a beast. I really enjoyed what he did for boxing. And I guess at the sport in general, because I've always loved Cuban fighters, and he has such a basically he has such a good craft in his caliber to make him such a good fighter. And I just think, like, with what he's done, he's made everything a lot more, I guess, like, constructive with how boxers fight. I mean, not every boxer fights like Gamboa, but Gamboa, he's a good fighter. I really enjoy what he does for the sport of boxing. And as much as I really wanted to see the Devin Haney fight with Gary Russell, this is absolutely horrible. Gary Russell, in my eyes, avoided Devin Haney because this guy was talking so much smack behind Devin's back. And basically, what's even funny is that Gary Russell, he called out Devin Haney. He called him out when Devin Haney was being criticized by Gary Russell when he was going to fight Gamboa anyway. And then he's like saying, Gary Russell, oh, you fighting Gamboa, he's an old fighter, he came off of a knockout loss to Gervonta, like what are you doing? And then Devin basically brought up, okay, well, do you want to fight me? And then that's how Gary Russell came into the mix. And honestly, this would have been such a good fight to create between Devin and Gary Russell. And it's like, Gary Russell, he screwed all that shit up, man. Excuse my French, but I love Gamboa, but Gamboa is not a good opponent. And I mean, he even knows himself that, it's going to be such a huge favorable win for Devin. But, if Gamboa, quote unquote, is good with, this fight, and he's somehow able to give Devin the hands and actually you know, give some sort of good test to Devin, it would be a very tough loss for Devin's career. But I don't think that's really going to happen. I think Devin is going to give Gamboa the hands, and I mean, Devin's not going to just steamroll him. Like, he has to be intelligent. He can't just go in there and just hit Gamboa and just try to knock him out. He just needs to be careful with his punches and just be very I guess calm and collected with his shots. But I mean, Gamboa, he's a great fighter. He's gotten notable victories against guys like Orlando Salido, Roman Martinez, Jason Sosa, Rene Alvarado, very good fighter, Darles Perez, Jorge Solis, Daniel Ponce de Leon, Jonathan Victor Barros, Adalton de Jesus, and he definitely gave Terrence Crawford a crap load of problems. Even though that he did get knocked out by Terrence, and I guess on top of that, Crawford, he was bigger than him too during that fight. Correct me if I'm wrong for anybody that has more knowledge on that, but I mean, Gamboa, he's a really good fighter, man. Just take a look at Gamboa's box rec. Like, his only first loss was to Crawford, I believe. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I apologize. But yeah, I'm pretty sure his only loss was to Crawford. Just give me a second. I apologize. Like, I'm trying to get his box rec up and it's not popping up. That's so terrible. Come on, man. Let me just pop it up on my phone. Bro, that's so BS, for real. I apologize, guys. Give me 1 second. BoxRec don't want to be nice to me, and they don't want to pop up Gamboa. Alright, so I got BoxRec loaded up on my phone. Gamboa is 30-3. No draws. Very good fighter. Yeah, basically, his only loss was to Terrence Crawford after he won his interim WBA World Light title against Darles Perez, which he's a good fighter as well. Don't get it twisted. He's fought some really good tough cop as well. But yeah, Terrence Crawford was his very first loss of his career. He got KO'd in the 9th, which was really bad. I thought honestly, Gamboa, he probably wasn't even like naturally fit to fight at that weight, because he's like, basically he's just technically natural to fight at 126. But yeah, he fought Crawford at 135, and then ever since then he's gotten way better. Like, basically he got way better throughout his career, but fought guys like Rene Alvarado and I guess Jason Sosa. That was a majority decision. Miguel Bertrand, that's a good fighter. Roman Martinez knocked his ass out. If I'm not mistaken, Roman Martinez, he's like the Puerto Rican. Wow, crazy. Then after that, his 12th round TKO to Gervonta Davis, where he lost to. Alright, so yeah, honestly, I think this fight would be pretty decent, to say the least. It's already crazy enough of what Devin Haney has to go through just to get a fight. He hasn't fought like all year, and I'm hoping that this fight can definitely be somewhat exciting. I'm not too sure, but hold on, give me 1 second. Sorry. But yeah, hopefully this fight can be exciting, and it can definitely bring a lot of noise. But I think this is more like a tune-up for Devin, and we'll see what happens. So I just wanted to bring out the news that Gary Russell will not be fighting Devin Haney. He officially ducked Devin Haney, in my humble opinion. But yeah, it just sucks, man. At least Devin Haney, he has like a fight. He can get his thing going with Gamboa. And then hopefully after that fight, he can just wait it out for Gary, or Probably just fight maybe other fighters leading up to Gary, maybe like Hector Tanajara or Fortuna or whoever, man. But definitely Gary Russell if you can try to get that next fight after Gamboa. But yeah, we just have to see how Devin does well against Gamboa. Because Gary Russell, he's going to play some political bullshit with Devin. You know, I think that's what Gary wants to do. He wants to basically hold out this fight as long as he can and then try to back out if Devin loses. And, you know, that's what I hate about certain boxers that say that they want to fight you, but then, you know, they try to backtrack that and then they try to make the bullshit to say, oh, well, I don't want to fight you now because you lost to this guy and you got to beat that guy and beat all these other guys. Like, no, man, just fucking fight. But, you know, that's what certain boxers do to avoid other fighters, and I think that's what Gary's doing. He's making himself look better by giving more excuses not to fight Devin when there's like zero evidence of why Devin shouldn't be fighting Gary Russell, knowing that Devin's been ready, he's been training for fucking months, and yet he's done everything of what Gary told him to do to set up this fight properly. And guess what? He still keeps running away. So that's all I gotta say. Screw Gary Russell, and let's go Team Devin Haney for the win. Win number 25. Let's go. I'm not a Devin Haney fanboy, but I got mad respect for Devin Haney. Bill Haney, shout out to him. And yeah, man, that's it. Alright, please support this video. Like, hate, comment, subscribe, do what you gotta do. This is Kieran, signing out. Bye.